Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this your daily go-getterism number 427 for December 4th, 2015. I'm going to talk to y'all about people who are rebellious for no good reason. Just don't want to cooperate, ain't doing nothing nobody say, no matter what they say, no matter what they do. But before we get into that, listen, I got an old joint. I don't even know if y'all ever heard this, because this was off the album. I don't know if it ever got released. But this is my girl Faith Evans. I always like Faith Evans. You know what I'm saying? And this is off of the first album that she made after Biggie's death. And the album was called Keep the Faith. And this song is called Life Will Pass You By. Let me see what y'all think about this. Guess some real fans who listen to the albums, you know what I mean, to know this song. Starts off slow. I like the way it ends off, you know what I mean. Do a few bars, let it play up into the first chorus, and then we go on rock out, and rock on, rock out, and rock on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I've got to think about first. I've got so much to do, little time to earn. I've paid my dues, as you can see. Been all kinds of drama in my life series. The world needs to know that gotta be strong, yeah.
I like that motivational shit, you know what I'm saying? Inspiration. Problems may come. Here we go. Think about life important if you don't have love. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so we get up, you know what I mean, to the like good part, like toward the end after everything is all said and done. Like I said, I wanted to talk to y'all about people who just be rebelling for no good reason. Rebels without a cause. I mean, I guess deep down inside, every person that rebels has some kind of cause. But it may not be a good cause. And it may not even be something that they really understand about themselves when they're doing it. Case in point with pre-adolescents or adolescents. Basically teenagers who are just becoming teenagers, and they start to they have all of these this hormonal activity going on inside of them. So although they may be completed with puberty, it doesn't mean that the hormonal activity that takes place is completed. So as they start to succumb or learn about their place in life or try to find their place in life, you know, high school can be a rough thing for a lot of people. Crazy peer pressure. When we were growing up, there was a lot of pressure to like be fly, be able to dance well. You know, if you would do, you know, get the girls, be able to have the tools to get the girls, whether it was sports, dressing, dancing, rapping, you know, having a job, selling drugs. There was a whole lot going on in the 80s. And I don't think that there's too many differences between what was going on back then and what's going on now. It's pretty much the same, especially black culture. You know, we have we have a lot of stuff that we have to deal with. So you find some of our friends that really stood out and took things to the next level. You know, a lot of cats was getting in trouble when I was growing up because they were really rebellious. And it always intrigued me, the friends that I had that didn't seem to care about getting in trouble. They didn't care about getting suspended. They didn't care about their parents having to come up to the school and get them off of the suspension or take them back to school after coming up off of a suspension. You know, they would do it over and over and over and they didn't care. It was kind of crazy. You know, now they weren't really bad people, but they got into a whole lot of stuff. Some of the things would be petty, and some of the things would be kind of major. You know, bringing weapons to school, stuff like that. You know, a lot of people think that bringing weapons to school and really bad fights and stuff like that, like that's a new thing. No, that ain't nothing new. It's better now than it was back in the day. It was worse. It was way worse. We were very violent back in the 80s. Extremely, extremely violent. Like these kids nowadays don't have nothing going doing compared to how we were. Because we knew how to fight. Really fight. Not going to go get no weapon and all. I mean, we fought with weapons, but they were weapons that you had to really learn how to fight with. You know, bats, chains, brass knuckles, and you know what I'm saying? Knives and shit. You know, guns too. But anyway, so we had these rebels, just really went against the grain, were not totally cooperative. But sometimes they would be cooperative. So at the times when they would just break off and start acting wild, we ain't know what to do with them. And some of these cats made it into adulthood. So imagine if the jobs that they worked in, or if they landed up in jail or something like that, and it just probably spiraled out of control. But even our friends or associates or people that we knew, family members and things like that, that didn't go to jail or whatever. Sometimes we just are dealing with people that are uncooperative. They have their own reasons for it, but they don't always express those reasons. Sometimes it's just like, no, I ain't doing that. That ain't me, and I ain't doing it. So it's just like, what do you mean it ain't me? Now I'm going to tell y'all something. A lot of times when people are rebellious against certain things, it's because they're afraid. Now, the things that they may do in rebellion are probably things that are more dangerous than the things that they're afraid of. But normally behind every rebellion, there's some type of fear that's going on in the background. And people don't always express that. So you kind of have to keep the lines of communication open to try to get to the center and the center of the reason that somebody just won't go along. And I'm not saying that anybody should ever go along just to get along, or get along just to go along. However that saying goes. But if you feel very passionate about something, you kind of have to stand your ground. But don't bail out and act crazy after you've been trying to build up something. Like in the record industry or something like that. Well, not necessarily the record industry, but let's say the entertainment industry. You've worked hard to hone your talent, and now you're about to get your break, and all of a sudden you just shut down. Could it be because you're afraid of what the success is going to bring? Could it be something that's inside of you that says, "No, I don't think we're ready for this yet"? But you don't want to say that, so you try to put yourself in a position where you can make it not happen by just shutting it down and making up a reason. There's all kinds of stuff that goes into it, man. But we meet coworkers and friends and colleagues, club members that just for some reason just will not get down with the program. Sometimes they will. Most of the times they might. But when it really comes down to it and it's time to do something that's important, then they just shut down. What's really good? Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard. Go for yours. And stop being such a hard head, man. Be cooperative sometimes, especially if you trust a person. If you know that somebody is not going to, lead the lamb to the slaughter, stop being like that. But if it's really something deep down inside of you that's telling you that you shouldn't do something, that's understandable. But make sure you communicate that. That's all. Communicate. Let somebody know. Don't be going back and forth to jail either, because that shit ain't cool. Getting all institutionalized. We need good brothers on the street. That's my word. Don't forget about the Mind Right and Body Better fitness program, Saturday, December 5th. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The McVeigh Recreational Center, 400 East Ontario Street at the McVeigh Recreational Center. D Street and McVeigh, and Ontario Street. Right there on the corner. It's a good look. We get it in. These exercises, we do that. We does this. And we ain't never gonna stop. We gonna take our people, we gonna get them right. That's what we do. We gonna get them right. You know what I mean? Get this right, get all that right, and everything be alright. Teach that to our babies. Wash, rinse, repeat. Faith Evans. Word. Alright, here's the part. This is the part that I like at the end of the song. This is the part I like. See what I feel. Getting older every day. Yeah. Urban therapy with sun, baby. The hood is our health. Mind right, body benefit. Program. Take the fall event. Adult class trip. I'll let y'all know.